Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Fatima Shamila Sharafat and I'm here to remind you all of the story of how young Yogendra Singh Yadav became the youngest Indian Paramveer Chakra awardee. Hailing from Aurangabad, a hill village of Bulandshahr in UP, Yadav had joined the Indian Army at the young age of only 16 years and 5 months. His story of his extraordinary bravery had changed the course of Kargil war is what I'm going to narrate today. His commando platoon Gatak was given the responsibility to capture 3 strategic bunkers on Tiger Hill. When his battalion, the 18th Grenadier, reached the top of the wee hours of May 5th, 1999, they were faced by 3 attacks by the enemy soldiers. Fighting without enough ammunition and arms, 6 soldiers died, leaving the young 19-year-old Yadav alone. He took 17 bullets, but none was able to mar his undying commitment to the nation. Severely wounded, lying on the ground, Yadav pretended to be dead while listening to the conversation of the Pakistani armies. Despite bleeding profusely, he wanted to keep himself just a tad bit alive in order to tip off his fellow soldiers. Meanwhile, 2 Pakistani soldiers emerged, shooting the already dead soldiers to ensure that every single one of them was dead. Another bullet hit Yadav in his chest, and he thought that his final hope of saving the nation was gone. Just then the Pakistani soldier's feet touched Yadav's, and he felt a sensation. Even in the extreme pain, the brave man found a hope to save the nation. Very quietly, he took a grenade and threw it at the Pakistani soldiers, who was just a few feet away from him. The grenade landed inside the hood of the jacket of the Pakistani soldier, and before he could figure out what had happened, boom, explosion. Yadav then crawled, took hold of one of the rifles and charged at the Pakistani soldiers, giving the impression that there was more than one of them. And there was a situation of confusion and panic among the Pakistani soldiers, and they fled, thinking that the Indian army had arrived. He crawled only for a few meters when he saw the Pakistani army's bases. He found out their tanks and mortar positions. He wanted to give the information to his unit as soon as he could, to avoid any casualties. But before moving ahead, he just crawled back in hopes of seeing at least a single one of his fellow members alive. But all he could visualize, all he could see was his fellow members' body parts lying here and there. Soon after, he composed himself up, swung his broken arm on his back, crawled along a drain, and eventually reached into a pit where he spotted some of the Indian army. After narrating the entire situation to Colonel Kushal Chand Thakur, the man who had devised the entire scheme, he fell unconsciousness. And when he woke up 3 days later at a hospital in Srinagar, Indian army had already successfully captured Tiger Hill. In August 1999, Nayab Subedar Yogendra Singh Yadav received the Paramveer Chakra award. A soldier is a selfless lover. With this unconditional love comes determination. And for this love for his nation, his regiment, and his fellow soldiers, a soldier never thinks twice before risking his life. Thank you.